Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of the. Do I need to wait for the crowd to be quiet? SIUUUPLEX Podcast.
Do you only do the crowd when it's you doing the introduction?
You haven't got any. You don't notice anything, do you? Look at every episode. I've played the crowd every time, whether it's you or me. Anyway,
cut that.
no, you obviously just don't rewatch our content. I do. I'm such a fan of us. Anyway, yeah, welcome everyone. I don't think I am going to stop saying suplex that way. I love it. I've grown to love it. Welcome to the next episode. You know what we do. We're going to pick a topic and discuss best wrestler, worst footballer, best vice versa. You know what it is. But before we do that, Kish, do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share as per tradition?
Oh, I wouldn't say word of wisdom. I got a question for you, actually. You ready?
Oh, looky here. What a surprise. Go on.
So, I don't know. This is just more of an observation. Just want to get your take on it. You know, when you're walking, I'm quite a fast walker, right? And I walk, and you know, you're on like a narrow pavement, and then you want to get past someone, but it's kind of awkward because it's quite narrow, the pavement. So, what do you do? Like, do you just walk past them? You have that awkward moment where you're walking past them and they're almost like brushing shoulders. Do you slow down a little bit to kind of increase the gap, or do you kind of walk around them, as in cross the road but walk around them? I don't know. I've always found that really awkward because it's like, especially if it's like an old lady or someone elderly, and they hear footsteps, they might get a bit intimidated or feel like, oh, who's behind me, and get a bit shot. And I'm conscious I don't want to scare them, right? Because I'm quite a fast walker. So when you hear me coming back from behind, it can get a bit, it's like, oh, who's this kind of thing. So yeah. And then I'm like, oh, scenario wise, what should I do? What do you do?
I don't think it's something that I actively think about. It's something I just respond to in the moment. But if I really had to think about it, I guess it depends on the person. If you asked me this 5 years ago, I think I would have literally seen the person, judged a book by its cover. If it's some like wannabe roadman, then I will stand in my ground and I'll just keep walking. I'd be like, no, you don't own this pavement. You don't own the streets. You're just a wannabe, right? But like you said, if it's an old lady or something, then absolutely, I would step to the side. If it's just a normal person, I would still step to the side. You got to make the world a better place. You got to sacrifice for the greater good. So
it's normally when they hog the lane, isn't it? It's like they're not walking on the left or the right; they're right in the dead in the middle.
And you can normally see the person coming up, that their approach, like, are they going to do the same? And you can tell, this person's like-minded, or it's it's a disabled or elderly person. But if it's just some roadman thinking they own it, I'm like, no, fuck off. I'm just going to keep walking. And, if we brush shoulders, we brush shoulders. I don't care.
No, I'm talking more about if you're walking behind them and you need to get past them.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
I guess the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of the same in that. Yeah, it is kind of the same. Yeah.
I'll make a point to say, why the hell are you hogging the road? So I'll kind of like walk close to them and like go past them. But again,
one of them.
If it's an elderly person or someone that doesn't mean to, like they've got earphones on, they don't mean to or whatever, then I'll just walk around them. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah. It's a constant battle for me. Anyway, moving on.
Pick the topic.
Everyone else's thoughts. This will help me out. Definitely.
All right. Well, here we go.
Le drum roll. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Eh?
I'm saying, what is it? Hurry up.
Best, worst, weather person.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, just let my imagination run wild, I guess.
All right. How do you want to start? Footballers, wrestlers, and who starts?
Is it footballers we start with?
There's no real set order. I think we're one down on wrestlers, so we can start on wrestlers to even it up if you want.
Yeah. Do you have one in mind?
Of course, I don't. I definitely don't. But that's the beauty of it, right? Just think of it on the spot. So,
For wrestlers, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll start if you don't. I don't mind starting. So go on. Let's start with best wrestler weatherman. So
Go
let's
on.
think about the attributes this person needs. So this person, needs to be able to read a teleprompter and be able to have good hand-eye coordination to tap the
Yeah.
board and read the teleprompter, look at the graphic, but then also maintain a straight face or like a positive face and deliver the information well and then understanding and appealing manner.
Yeah.
So, God, who's that in wrestling? Okay.
I know. That's why it's tough.
Um, all right, let's think. Let's have a think. Come on, let's think.
Oh.
All right,
Well, you've got to have someone that's charming as well, right? Someone that can,
exactly.
yeah, so hold an audience together.
All right, I'm
Someone smiley.
okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Alberto Del Rio.
Oh my god! Okay, you stole my one.
Why? Did I steal yours?
That's really good. Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened.
Okay, before I go, like quickly, what made you think of him?
Because he's got his energy. I think he's always smiling as well. Like he's someone that can smile at a camera. But I mean, the cameras are always in front of him as well, right? So anyway, I won't steal your thunder on it, but he's
Yeah.
just he's smiley, he's engaging, and when he talks, it's fair enough. He's got an accent, but I think he's quite he just kind of pulls an audience towards him. I think I think he'd
So
be a great mover man.
okay, so I had no idea that you would think of the same thing. So that's mad. I actually thought it was
So
a.
funny. That's the first
I
one.
actually,
First one,
I
guys.
actually, I actually thought it was an out there pick. But the reason why I say it, yeah, so even though he's been a heel for most of his career, he is always very, charming. He's got this really sort of positive energy. He's always smiling. He wears a suit with this scarf around the suit. And the thing is, English is not his first language, right? So
Hmm.
he's able to and a lot of wrestlers do this, but he does this quite well. Like I've noticed, he's able to juggle, both languages, Spanish, Mexican, with English while he's doing a promo. But he doesn't, a lot of wrestlers do that, but the majority of them, the majority of their promo is Spanish. But with Alberto, he does like a lot of English, and then he includes some Spanish and Mexican terms in there as well, and he actually even makes it a popular saying for the US audience. So like he goes cojones like that, right? So if he's able to bring a phrase that's not in the English language and get that popular, like that's brilliant. So the reason why I'm saying that is, I think he's able to read the teleprompter, he's able to convey the messaging, but also if he wants to add any of his own flair, just to make that weather segment a little bit more entertaining,
Yeah.
then I think Alberto's the man for it. And the reason as well why I'm passionate about this one now, thinking of it. Remember when Ronaldo made his return to United and the first game was United Newcastle where Ronaldo scored 2?
Yeah.
And remember when me and you were like texting each other, oh, match of the day, can't wait. And the bloody weather came on, right? And it delayed match of the day. It delayed it. And me and you were just cussing the weatherman, like thinking
Good
everyone's
point.
looking at him, all eyes on him, like he wants to steal the show. No, get lost. Like he was so annoying. But if it was Alberto there, of course I'd be pissed, but if it was like someone as charming as him with his scarf and just like, adding a bit of levity to it and a bit of personality, I'd be like, you know what, let this guy talk a bit more. I can wait. Ronaldo can wait for Alberto, So yeah, like I can't really do an impression, but yeah, he'll bring his cojones and he'll be a good weatherman.
Yeah, he's a welcomed face to TV, isn't he? I think when you look at it that way.
He also
hard not to hate him, right? You can't hate him.
He also dresses very sharply, like his presentation is very immaculate. Like I said, he delivers his words very well. He can speak 2 languages, and he's just, I think he's just quite smart. I think it'll be good. It'll be a good all rounder as a weatherman, I think.
Yeah, a lot of castor oil in his hair as well.
I don't know if it's castor oil, and he's also very technically gifted in the ring. So imagine him just pointing at the England map Like, just imagine him doing it just with amazing technical skills, just being able to point at the map.
Technical skills.
Like, he'll be able to point. He'll be able to exactly know where to point where Scunthorpe is and tell you what the weather is there. I'm making shit up now. But anyway, Alberto.
Yeah, I think Alberto spoke for himself. You probably don't even need to justify it that much because even I thought the same, right? So
That's
a good
crazy.
one. It's a good
That is
one.
crazy.
It is very crazy. That's well, great minds. Hey, next one. So for me, I have got Plan B. I think this is a decent Plan B. Let's hear your thoughts, Touch. Michael Cole.
Oh, that's brilliant. I don't know how I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's the one. Go on.
Yeah. So Michael Cole has. I'd say he's got. Although I know he's just very composed in front of the camera. I think so. When he's interviewing, I mean, he interviews some big personalities, man. Rock, Stone Cold. Like he interviews all of them, and he ends up unintentionally like roughing them up and saying the wrong things and getting on the bad side of them. But he always keeps his composure through those kind of hairy moments. And I think as a weather person, you've got to constantly be, as I said, like engaging. You know, you've got to hold a smile. I don't know. Have you seen him smile much, Michael Cole?
Yeah, of course. I don't know about him holding his composure because obviously when a wrestler rattles him, he's going to be shook up. But I do agree. Like, this guy's got years of broadcasting experience talking to a large audience. It's funny because everyone, when they think of the most iconic wrestling commentator, they think of JR and stuff, right? Which, you know, taking nothing away from him. But Michael Cole's done it for years, absolute years. And he's been through it all. Like, he's got so much broadcasting experience. I think it's an amazing pick.
Yeah, like his commentary. I love his commentary. Like, was it on SmackDown? I think it is. He used to do. I don't know if he does Raw. He does Raw now, doesn't he?
He does a bit of everything now, but I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say I love it because, like, I think everyone thinks it's a bit stale. Back in the day when it was nostalgic, when he was on SmackDown, and like JR and King were on Raw, I get it. But now it's like, oh, it's the same voice, man.
Yeah, like moments ago. Literally, the weather is like it's sunny, and then all of a sudden there's a dark cloud. He's like, a lot of sun up there. And moments ago there was sun, and now it's thunder. Like, I don't know.
And it's the temperature just dropped, and so now I'm Michael Cold.
Scotland receiving all the rain, England now receiving the sun. The two countries going head to head here. Contrasting weather situations. We've got a real match on our hands. Yeah, I think it'll be really good, man. I think it'll be really good. So yeah, there we go.
Vintage weather. Sorry, one of his catchphrases. He says vintage. Like, if someone's doing their special move, like Randy, or the Rock comes back and does a people's elbow, he'll go vintage Rock, like that.
Yeah. Vintage cold. Oh, no.
But I mean, I know we don't really do the decisions at the end anymore. We don't really do that, but I think you've won.
You think I've won? Oh wow!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you've won that. You'll be such a skilled weatherman, definitely.
Thank you,
Damien Sander. All right, worst wrestler then on my side.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Who will be?
There's so many good ones.
Well, I was just going to say without using previous ones we've already said, because again, you could say Great Carly, you could say all of that. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with X-Pac.
Interesting.
So X-Pac, I mean, he is, I don't want to diss him, but he's just someone who doesn't exemplify responsibility, right? Also,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's got a really. He's a troublemaker. Even as an adult, like to this day, like you can just tell he's a troublemaker, right? He'll probably show up late to the broadcasting, like the weather studio. sorry guys, sorry, I just got held up,
he's got such a good impression. That's so good.
He's also got a really, really raspy voice. Like, he's got really his voice is permanently gone, right? I don't know if that's just his voice or if it's because he's always up to no good and always drinking, whatever. But I just think he wouldn't take it seriously. Wear his bandana with his long hair, leather jacket, maybe a DX t-shirt underneath. He's done sex tapes and that as well,
Go on.
Now, I'm not saying that's got anything to do with being a bad weatherman, but he doesn't scream like he doesn't have the aptitude and things like that you need to be a good weatherman. I think he would like be so high he wouldn't even be able to read the teleprompter.
It can't
It'd
reach.
probably like so the weather in Massachusetts, yeah, and he's pointing at Scotland, like something like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I wear those really dark sunglasses as well. They end up looking like, yeah, you're right. I think he just won't give a shit. He just seems like he would have taken something before he goes on air, kind of person. Like he'd have like either like I don't know, like had probably like half a bottle of like whiskey or something, or
Yeah,
like yeah. I did. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I see what you're saying. That's a good one,
like
actually. I would
he'll
never
be
thought
looking
that.
at the teleprompter, but like behind the teleprompter, there's the people who work in the studio, and then there's like a fairly attractive woman. So like he'll be looking at the teleprompter, then his eyes will gaze over to him and be like, "Oh, she's kind of hot," and then it would. So how he sticks his tongue out when he does suck it, when he proper sticks his tongue out.
That is such a good impression. Say we've got in Xbox accent in his doing impression and say we've got a cold front coming in from the west all the way to California, and then we've got heavy showers in the north hemisphere. Go on, say something like that.
It's not even a good Xbox impression. It's really not. I don't know what you're saying.
It is. I think it's great. Honestly, go on.
Yeah, so we got cold showers coming from the west, and then to the north hemisphere. Suck it.
And he does the suck it thing as well.
Yeah, does the chop, does the DX chop, innit?
Yeah, I know.
What I like about Xbox, right? Really random one. Like most the DX, they used to do the cross chop, innit? The suck it chop, the DX chop. Their arms and forearms were crossed, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think X-Pac, I might be wrong, but just from my memory from the TV show and also the games, X-Pac was the one that did it without the cross. He used to do it, you know what I mean? He used to do suck it without the cross of his arms. Does that make sense? He would put
Yeah. Just
his left hand by his left groin, his right hand by his right groin. I used to prefer that one, not the cross.
I used to prefer his one.
Yeah, the one without crossing his arms when he does suck it.
Yeah, so maybe he could bring some creativity to his broadcast.
He does like Bronco Buster, innit, on the fucking
Oh my god, that would definitely be like worldwide news if you ever did that. That'd be
Hurricane Rana, Enziguri. Oh, it's when it rains, Hurricane Rainer. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Hurricane.
Just trying to make force puns now. I'm just forcing puns. But he definitely wouldn't have that X factor.
Oh, okay. You saved yourself. I like that. Yes. I'm okay. So I might be on par with this. I don't know. Keen to hear this one. Val Venus.
Hello, ladies.
You know something, ladies? We're gonna get wet tonight.
Brilliant.
And he starts like, he licks his thumbs while he's doing that.
Yeah, and then he does he flicks his fingers, innit?
Yeah, and he has that towel, and then he does that thing where he puts a towel, and then he like moves his hips and like has his hands on his head. Do you know what I'm talking about? That really.
Yeah, of course, his signature thing he did in his entrance.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You can imagine him just walking in, like before match of the day, and we're going to have a new onto the weather with Val Venus. Then he walks in. Like,
something, ladies. Oh, it's brilliant.
We got a warm front coming in from the east. And you know where I live, ladies? I live in the east where it's warm.
But you know what? At least he would be able to sort of,
get ladies on there.
capture some form of a demographic and keep their attention. X-Pac would just throw everyone off, innit?
Well, no, but like if I knew Val Venus, actually, I would probably tune in just for the pure laugh of it. But most people, I'm thinking men, if they see Val Venus, they'll be like, right, go grab a cup of tea. I ain't watching this shit.
Well, they could
lose half the audience.
Well, there could be gay and bisexual men who enjoy it.
Maybe, yeah, could be. I wonder what it sounds like without putting that voice on. You know, probably sounds
No,
normal.
I've listened to quite a lot of his interviews, and he's got a deep, raspy voice. Obviously, it's turned up to 11 when he does a promo, but he has a deep, raspy voice.
Well, you see, ladies, it's gonna get cold tonight, and you need someone who warm up the old cargoes, you know. And I'm just the man to deliver the forecast, honeys. Yeah.
It's a good one. I like it.
You like it? Okay. What do you think? Top of your head. Venus or
X-Pac. I think X-Pac wins, but let's get to that after. We said we're not even going to get to that anymore. We're just going to let everyone decide. But anyway, so we've done best and worst wrestlers now, haven't we? So now, best and worst footballers. You can start.
Okay. Okay, cool. So tied between two. Okay, best footballer / football universe. I'm gonna go with Martin Tyler
Martin Tyler. Okay.
for best weatherman. I mean, you could probably, and I'm not even. This is no exaggeration. The last 20 years, or how many years of commentary he's done, he's never once. I haven't heard him ever stutter or say the wrong word and he should have actually used another word instead. Like, I've never seen or corrected his dialogue or his I've never had to think in my head, oh, I would have said that, or that didn't sound right, or anything like that. And I think, I don't know why, I always get this impression. I feel like he's the type of person that smiles when he commentates. I don't know if
I get that. I get that.
Yeah. And there was a pretty warm front coming in. And we are expecting a little bit more of a cold front coming from the west. But of course, it's not going to be that cold. It's just going to be absolutely freezing. And I don't know, Gary Neville, what do you think? If you think it'd be chilly tonight, is it worth wearing a pair of gloves? No, I can't see. I can't forecast. I know that's Gary Neville, but I think he's got that kind of emotional roller coaster tone to him, if you like. So he'll engage you. So if he's talking about chilly nights, cold nights, whatever, warm nights, hot days, like he'll emphasize the weather according to the emotion, I think, as well. So so if there's a storm. And if we go up to Scotland, it's going to be storm.
And he goes,
it's going to be hail.
He goes, and well, yes, it does look quite grey. And speaking of grey, here's my co-host, Andy Gray. Well, look at the snow, John. John, look at the snow. It's coming in from the right. What an effort by the sun.
39 degrees in England. Take a bow, London. Take a bow.
Take a bow.
Yeah.
I like that, Martin Tyler. I like that.
You like that one?
Yeah. All right. I'll go next. I'm going to try not to go with manager or commentator. I think it's something we've kind of been guilty of in the past few episodes, because obviously I think a lot of them require, spoken voice and intellect, and, you don't really hear it much from footballers. You hear it more from commentators and managers. So I'm going to go with Frank Lampard.
Lamps.
Yeah. And the reason I say Frank Lampard,
we get sacked.
yeah, with Lamps, like, I think he's got a really neat demeanor to him, right? I'm just looking at how I used to watch him play football. Like for me, he was never one of my favorites, but like the way it's going to sound so stupid, but the way he like tucked his shirt in, right? It was really neatly tucked. Some footballers, they just keep their shirts hanging out, or they just stuff it all into their shorts. For Lampard, I don't know why it's such a vivid memory, but the way he used to tuck his shirt in, he used to like tuck it in, and then he used to pull it out a little bit, so it was like folded neatly. He used to be folded neatly over his shorts, right? And like that combined with that, the way he played, like he was never like in my opinion, he was never like a rough and tough like footballer. Like I'd say Gerrard is more of the scuffier central midfielder out of the two, right? Gerrard is more of the, rough and ready sort of midfielder, whereas Lampard was really neat with his passes and his
Yeah.
crosses. You know what I mean? He's a proper neat footballer, and like his white boots with the white socks, the blue Chelsea shorts, the tucked in shirt, his hair
Yeah.
combed to the side. I just think all of that, like I can just imagine him as in a nice, neat suit as a weatherman. Just really articulating himself well. I mean, I can't do the impression, but how does he
Right,
even
go
talk?
on.
No, I can't. It's just going to be an absolute shot in the dark. Like,
Go on.
the sun. It's not coming across really well, though, is it? Like the snow and the sleet. You've got to be prepared for that. You've got to be prepared. I can't do it, but I think he'll even in his interviews, post match interviews, he was always that captain that. Oh, Terry was the captain, but he was always a good spokesman, I thought, as well, for Chelsea Football Club. And he gave across like a very neat and tidy nature in his football and his presentation, and I think that will transition well in the as a weatherman. And if he's a weatherman for England, he'll always be blue. So he's a blue, the Blues, raining and
Oh,
cold. So yeah.
I think he's spot on. I think his press conferences when he was at Everton, Chelsea, like were he was really good at handling media. I think just batting them away, and again, like he was just very clear with his words, knew what he was saying, kind of thing. I think you're right. He's a token grassroots kind of footballer, isn't he? As well, like presents himself well. True professional type of player. So yeah, no, that's definitely good. How would he go about saying it? Yeah, I think we're expecting a warm front coming in. Probably get some winds going on in the north, but that's just how it is. You can't control these things. It'll be chilly, of course, cold. The lads know that. But yeah, obviously we were wearing gloves, so you can't really expect any more. Really, some might come out. Of course, we've got an away day up north, Glasgow. First Champions League game, be a lot colder, but I think generally we'll be fine.
Oh, it's really good. Jesus. How the hell did you've never done Lampard before? How the hell did you just do that?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest. I think it just kind of comes naturally. And after been doing this for a while, it kind of just becomes part of your vocab. And definitely look forward to it.
Oh, wow. All
That's
right.
a good one. I'm glad you chose me. I'm right with this. And to be fair, as a weather guy, as you called it, I bleed blue. And if it's cold, then I'm blue.
You've done the selling for me. Oh my God. Go on, you try. Oh no, you've already done best footballer. Oh, now it's worst footballer. Damn it, you did Martin Tyler. Oh yeah.
I didn't mind yeah. Tough one, that one, actually. Yeah, this one, Lampard and Tyler. But anyway, yeah, that's a really, really good one. Right. Worst one. I have gone with... It's going to be a hot day.
Gerard. Oh my God.
Well, Jamie Carragher.
Oh, I'm thinking Gerard. Okay.
Potato. Yeah. I think. Look, and it comes to a point. Sometimes, and only sometimes, I don't know about you. There's sometimes I'll be like, well, I didn't hear what you just said, or I didn't understand what you just said. Like it's always a bit tad unclear, because I think it is quite an extreme accent, the Scouse accent, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, I wouldn't put that as the sole reason against him. I'm keen to hear what else you got to say, because I disagree with this one.
Okay, I think he's very opinionated as well. So I think when you're opinionated, you tend to, rather than just say how things are, you say things according to the way you see them. I don't know how much that translates into being a weatherman. Like, the weather is what it is, but it's also like the sun come from above, but you can't. How you going to argue with that? It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot in Liverpool. Let's go down to London, the south. These guys, this is southerner. these guys get chilly very quickly. You need to wear the gloves. You go up to Liverpool, you can't. You got people, these guys with short sleeves. If you're a defender and you're wearing gloves, people are gonna laugh at you. People ain't gonna be scared of you. You come up there, you've got to wear. Doesn't matter. -1, -2. It doesn't matter what the weather is. You don't wear gloves. That's a sign of toughness. And I don't understand why it's so hot in Liverpool compared to London. It makes no sense.
Oh my god. Oh, I mean, I get that, like the opinion part, but I do think he is a very he's a regular on Sky Sports as a pundit,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's
he
true.
he's used to using the Sky Sports software, with the arrows and the diagram where you analyze the play,
Good
and
point. Yes,
I
he does.
think because he can use that so well, and like he's very experienced with that. Um, I think he would be a good weatherman. He would be able to operate the software. He would know how to work systems or learn them on the fly. Look at the teleprompter, look at the diagram. Use the clicker to generate diagrams or circles or lines on the screen. So I don't know, man. You've picked a pundit there, and I think pundits are great at this kind of stuff.
Okay, there's one more thing that might just save my bacon on this. I think by and large, your justification for the screens thing, I don't think that one through. But I think there's one thing that's come. Do you ever find that he jumps from one sentence to another really quickly? The transition. I'm thinking really intricately here. But if he's saying something, for example, if a normal person would say, he has to use his strength. He has to use his strength. If he jumps, he's the first one there. It's a goal. And then if you say in Carragher's one, he would say something more like, he has to use his strength there. If he jumps, he's so strong. If he jumps, he's first to it's a goal. Like it's a bit more. It's a bit more kind of jumpy. Like there's no gap between what he says. It's not. It's to be fair and to credit to you. I don't think. I think the whole analysis thing, touching the buttons and the boards is a good point. But I think he would just be a little bit a tad difficult to understand. Bearing in mind, I mean, obviously Sky Sports is nationwide as well, but you're getting a different audience for weather people as well. You're getting, potentially a lot more older people that don't like sport, all that kind of thing. So, you're getting a wider, diverse audience. So, I don't know if everyone will be able to understand him the same way. But yeah.
Okay, I mean, imagine he did news weather to Liverpudlians and Merseyside, and they'll be able to understand him just fine. But I get your point. But I think overall he would make a good weatherman. I get what you're saying, but I think overall the pros outweigh the cons. Personally,
Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's take that one to the comments.
okay. So my worst footballer. Oh God, this is tough. This is really tough. Who am I going to go with? I might have to go with Wazza.
They're both gone for Scousers.
Yeah, the weather's fine. Yeah, the weather's fine, and it's good. Yeah. We played well, and then he'll just talk like that, right? Yeah, he at least Carragher is loud and expressive. Rooney is not expressive in the slightest. I think he makes some of the worst interviewees. He'll mumble. He's not been a pundit yet. I can't imagine him, doing well at operating this equipment and, multitasking from that standpoint. I know he's been a manager of Derby, and so potentially he's had to use things like that, or he might just do the traditional whiteboard and pen. Like we don't know. I've not seen him in that capacity, but yeah, just be like really low energy, low engagement. And I really don't think he'll be a good weatherman. What do you think?
You missed one big thing about Wazza as well.
Go on.
He's not the most presentable person, is he?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's I already had that in mind. That's a given. That's probably why I first thought of it.
Right. Yeah.
Like you just remember, like yeah, the snow's coming from the north, and it could rain, but it's just proper like, and then, you're saying, what did Carragher just say? No, what did Rooney just say there? Like you don't even know, innit? Like, and then you're just forced to look at the diagram. Like it's the worst.
That's good. That was so good. You sounded just like him. I actually thought it was him. He's just. Especially like snow is such a big deal. Like we don't see snow like too often. Everyone's like needs to know because of their travel plans, all these kind of things, and he just mumbles it. Like, just does not care about the British public.
Yeah, just a bit of snow.
It's a bit of snow. Yeah, no,
he says he's Undertaker's also guilty of this. He says a lot in his words. So he goes, yeah, and then Undertaker goes, yeah, Undertaker like, and then who else does it? Shawn Michaels. It's like a nervous tick, like to string sentences together instead of saying like when you go like that.
Yeah,
people like that go, like it's just a way of. I probably do it now and again, but Rooney, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, they're super guilty of stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you've noticed this as well, but that meme that where it's where you've got like, or if you see like someone that's wearing like a baggy blazer, like the sleeves go like above your fingers kind of thing, and it says like you're wearing your dad's blazer kind of thing. I've noticed with Rooney, since he's like piled on the weight, like his clothes are like, you'd expect the clothes to be really tight on him, but he actually wears clothes that are bigger for him, and he looks really weird. So talking about like presentation, like imagine just trying to like, when especially if you're reaching up, like to reach like Scotland and stuff, and you're wearing a blazer and it's that like the whole thing just like lifts up and you can see like the midriff of his belly, like as he's doing
so
it.
dread.
Can you just imagine it? I could just picture it so well.
Do some weathermen use the sticks or whatever it's called, like the staff, whatever, to point at the screen, the small stick. Some of them use that, right?
Yeah.
So he just puts his arm up and it's just a baggy blazer, baggy sleeve. You don't see any hand. You just see a stick coming out of it.
Yeah, I think it'd be terrible. I think, you've definitely got that one. I mean, it's just it's battle of the two Scousers, really, isn't it? I mean, I think Carragher's got a stronger Scouse accent, but Rooney's got, I think he's just, you can't even hear what he's saying. So that's it. That's you've hit it on the nail with that. Definitely.
I think that's good. All right, well let's recap. So best wrestlers, I went Del Rio, you went Michael Cole.
Yep.
Worst wrestlers, I went X-Pac and you went Val Venus. I think those are all four really good picks.
Yeah.
Best footballers, or in the footballing world, you went Martin Tyler and I went Frank Lampard. And then worst, you went Jamie Carragher and I went Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. That's good. I think the last one you've won hands down, 100%. The rest of them, that's interesting. When I listen over this again, anyway, I'm just gonna, kind of thinking which one. But those are some really, really good ones. Well, that's weatherman.
I still can't believe we both picked Del Rio. Well, you were going to pick it.
I know, that is weird. That's the one thing I knew. I knew I couldn't do an impression of him, but I said straight away he would be definitely the face of British, even if it's British, like weatherman, whatever you want to call it, for like X number of years. He'll just be like that friendly face everyone will always remember. So yeah,
I think I saved you though. Michael Cole was a great pick. I think you won that. But anyway, let's wrap up.
Yep.
Good stuff. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Leave your comments, share your thoughts, who won, share your own picks. Remember, it's all off the top, so that's the beauty of this. But don't forget to tune in for another episode of the SIUUUUPLEX
Podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Laters.